So my job title is I am an apprentice mechanic for Knife River, which means I'm not technically a full-time mechanic, but I still work full-time. So I don't get paid like full-time, but I still work it. And I fulfill tasks throughout the job pretty well, in my opinion. There's a slight learning curve, but I I overcome every challenge I face. And I work at Knife River. It's a great shop. All the guys there are awesome. Foreman's awesome. Shop manager's awesome. And one of my personality tests was the Maven, that spark type, and it says I'm driven by fascination, which definitely helps in my field of job because I don't want to work on it if I'm not fascinated by it, and you know, equipment like that does fascinate me. It drives me to want to learn, which definitely helps that I love what I'm doing, and it definitely doesn't get rid of any doubt in my mind that I wanted to do this career, because I was definitely starting to doubt it when I was going to school. I was like, I don't know if this is really for me. And once I got that job, I was like, oh boy, I love it. Just instantly put pep in my step. Fit in with the guys really well. Love the atmosphere. They're very safe conscious. Like, we do our lockout tagout procedures and we wheel chalk it. We have this DuPont assessment at least 5 times a month where one of the guys will come up to you and make sure you're doing everything correctly, locking out, tagging out, chalking up the wheels, and keeping you safe. Definitely we have the tools, like we don't want to injure our backs or our feet, which are our greatest assets in this career, because we're always walking around, we're always lifting heavy stuff. But we have the crane, we got brake drum tools, which saves my back a lot. Oh my lord, feels so good. The tests definitely provide a learning experience on my self-awareness, because twice I left a seat dirty, which I got a little kick in my rear, but I stopped doing that. I started putting seat covers. I learned from it, and I try and wipe away as I go, so that way I'm keeping their seats clean, because some drivers are pretty particular about their trucks and some are just absolute pigs. It's quite disgusting. I don't know what my ultimate career is. I'm not kind of sure about that. The benefits of this learning experience is I'm learning a lot more than I did in school, because when I was in school, they didn't really show us a physical governor, but when I took one apart on an air dryer and kitted it out, I definitely learned a lot about all the ports and everything. And the other day, I replaced a quick release valve on a truck, and that's an interesting cramp up job, especially on a water truck when it's all soupy underneath. That was quite delicious. I've learned quite a bit working on this job. I learned how to do brakes, adjust slack adjusters. I've learned how to replace hoses. I've learned how to make hoses, and I've learned how to swap a lot of glad hands and a lot of mud flaps. I'm the mud flap king. It's awesome. And this class definitely does support my degree, because they do give you some learning, not a lot, but it's just enough to know a little bit so that way you can learn while you're on the job and complete the job with a little help still. And I definitely recommend this class, especially if you're gonna do this type of career, because going in, you're not gonna know anything. They'll just put you sweeping the shop. But if you know a little bit, they'll shadow you with a guy. That's when you start learning a lot. Like my first day, I went out in the field. I was really surprised. And we were working on loaders and all that. And then the second day, we replaced cutting edges. That was an interesting thing. And sure enough, we had a crane on the service truck, so it saved my back again. And my dream job would be, it's gonna sound weird, but a JCB tech for a Monster Jam, because they use JCB equipment. That'd be pretty cool. Traveling the world, monster trucks and all that. And not related to my career would be a tuner for Hennessy Performance, which they take stock cars and kit them out and make them a lot faster.